Alright, so you may have been hearing about me. I'm so sorry if I haven't made any videos in a while because I had to focus on my PowerPoint presentation. Anyways, guys, let's just get started. So basically, about the business class, it's actually delayed until June, but I'm not really that sure when in June, okay? Despite us finishing the Ontario Literacy course, there's only one more subject to complete, which is the Business Leadership course. Okay, as for business leadership, well, we're actually taking that course because one, if you could see me before, we actually failed data management, okay? Apparently, I don't really know about data management that much. However, I do know some concepts of the data management. I know, guys, I know you want me to make videos, but unfortunately, videos like that can take really long. So I'm just gonna do another short video for now, okay? Alright, so basically, our class is delayed until June. I'm not talking about the Ontario Literacy course, I am talking about the business course. So the business course will actually be delayed in June, but I'm not too sure when. So most likely we'll actually graduate from the Canadian high school in June. I'm not really that sure, not 100% sure. Okay, because there's actually 4 units, and I do believe it's because of daylight savings time. Sometimes the class would normally change, and I know it's 12 hours behind from this country to Canada. I want you guys to understand this that I know you guys want me to go back and make some videos, but unfortunately for that, I have to keep this length towards the limit, you know? You know what I seriously mean? It means that I can't be making videos up to 1 hour or even more than that is because one, I am really, really busy with my schoolwork. And these kinds of schoolworks, despite the business and the Ontario Literacy course, they can get really, really hard. And I can really tell you, the Ontario Literacy course is not that easy. Well, except for the multiple choice questions. I'll just say it's easy, but you may need to highlight it, you know. Okay. As for that, just remember this. Sometimes when you're a high schooler and when you do something like that, you may not have time. You seriously may not have time despite despite yourself wanting to make videos, you might not have time, you know. Like you seriously may not have time. I know this happens to everyone when they reach the senior year. I know in some schools, senior year is considered to be the last uh, high school journey. So high school journey this year. So I actually been a high schooler since 2019, back in the ninth grade, and actually in 2023, this year is actually my last year of high school. Okay, so actually I got my report card back, and I gotta say that it's actually good because I got 90 and 91%. So in actual fact, Canadian schools would normally give out a grade. So a B is actually 70 to a 79, while an A is 80 to 100. While in American schools, it normally classifies a B as 80 to 90 and an A to 90 to 100. It depends on some schools, but sometimes in Canada it's like really different. So I actually got an A for that, you know. And you know, I seriously mean I'm not too sure if it's an A plus or maybe an A or something, but according to the grade system, it's normally an A in some grades, you know. Okay, so actually right here, an A plus is actually excellent, an A minus is very good, the B is actually good, C is actually good, but D is making me passable. Basically, in C is like average. D is below average. E is like the point of failing, and F is like you failed this class. You know. All right. So basically, in this number grade right here, it works in Canadian universities all the time. If you want to go to a university in Canada, I know you guys have been confused with this school's grading system. I know because this one is actually different from American schools. And basically, normally they have the OSSLT. Despite the United States, they don't really have that course. So it's actually important to know this. If you're actually in the grade 9 class, you may take the OSSLT test, but it actually depends on it, it depends. I'm not really that sure, I'm not really that sure. So it's actually the Ontario Secondary School test, and you need to enter grade 9 for the completion of the test. No. The OSSLT test is actually written in spring or autumn. It depends on what you're trying to do, it depends. So basically, sometimes it's conducted online and sometimes it's conducted in a school with a computer. And remember, those people who fail this test have to retempt the school literacy course in grade 12 to meet this literacy requirement. This is also known as a standardized test, and this actually takes place in 1999 to 2000. So eventually, those people who were mainly like, I'm not too sure how old were they failed the test and had to be taken in October of 2001. Basically, in my opinion, just remember this. If you're planning to study the Ontario Literacy course and wanted to get a diploma, it's important to do your homework and your assignments as well. Okay? I know you guys haven't been hearing about this and hearing about my situation as well, but trust me, okay? It's gonna get really hard, and I really need to study very hard for this Ontario Literacy course in order to get good grades, okay? I hope you guys understand the situation. Anyways,